August 13th, 2018. Frederick, Colorado. A small town where everyone knows their neighbors, where kids ride bikes down quiet streets and families wave from their porches, the kind of place where nothing bad is supposed to happen. Shanann Watts wakes up at 4:30 in the morning. She's just returned from a business trip to Arizona. She's exhausted. 15 weeks pregnant. Her body aches. But she's home now. Home with her husband Chris and their 2 little girls, Bella and Celeste. She posts on Facebook before bed a photo of her daughters. My babies, 3 heart emojis. She has no idea these will be the last words she ever shares with the world. In the bedroom, Chris is awake. He's been awake, waiting. His phone glows in the darkness. Text messages he deletes as soon as they arrive. His mind is somewhere else, someone else. A woman named Nikki Kessinger, his co-worker, his secret. For 6 weeks, he's been living 2 lives, the family man everyone sees, and the man who wants to disappear into a new life. Tonight, one of those lives has to end. 5:17 a.m. The sun hasn't risen yet. Chris's work truck backs into the driveway. A neighbor's security camera captures everything. The garage door opens. Chris walks in and out, carrying something, loading the truck bed. The footage is grainy, black and white, but later, investigators will watch this moment over and over, frame by frame. What is he carrying? The camera doesn't lie, but it doesn't reveal everything either. By noon, Shanann's friend Nicole Atkinson is worried. Shanann missed a doctor's appointment. She's not answering her phone. This isn't like her. Shanann is the type of person who responds immediately, who checks in, who never just disappears. Nicole drives to the Watts house. She knocks. No answer. She looks through the windows. Shanann's car is in the garage. Her purse is on the couch. Her phone is inside. But no Shanann, no Bella, no Celeste. The house is silent. Too silent. Like a museum. Like no one lives there anymore. Nicole calls the police.
County Communications, this is Stacey.
Hi, Stacey. My name's Nicole, and I'm calling because I'm concerned about a friend of mine. I dropped her off at her house at 2 in the morning last night because we were out of town together, and we were on the way back from the airport, and she's having issues, and she's pregnant, and I haven't been able to get a hold of her this morning, and I've gone to her house, and her car's there, and stuff like that, but she won't answer the door, she won't answer phone calls, she won't answer text messages, and I'm just really, really concerned, and she had a doctor's appointment this morning, and she didn't go to it, and I don't know what to do. I've called him and talked to him, and he said that she went on a play date with her other 2 daughters, but, like, if she went on a play date, they're both in car seats. Why would she not take her car?
Perfectly understandable. Do you happen to know her address, Nicole?
I'm asking to send it up at her house. It's 2825 Saratoga Trail in Frederick. And then I said, like, Chris, can you just come home and check to make sure she's okay? Because the shoes she wears every single day are right inside her door.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, I'll be there in 3 minutes. Well, that was 45 minutes ago. And I called him and asked him again, can you please come home? And he's like, I'm 45 minutes out.
Okay. Nicole, I'll go ahead and call in. I just need you, if you could please repeat her address to make sure I have it entered correctly.
2825 Saratoga. It's SARCOGATR.
Okay.
And the thing stands for trail.
Thank you. And can I get a phone number that you're calling me from? Area code first.
970.
Thank you. Okay, Nicole, tell me exactly what happened.
So, we were out of town for work, and we flew in last night. Our flight got delayed, and I dropped her off at her house at 2 in the morning. She's 15 weeks pregnant, and she wasn't feeling well over the weekend, and she was very, like, distraught and out of the sorts because her and her husband are having issues. So, I was concerned because she wasn't, like, eating or drinking and stuff like that. So then this morning, I was like, let me know if you need me to take you to your doctor's appointment because you're not feeling well. And I have called and texted. I've come to her house. She's not answering the door. She's not responding to text messages, phone calls. I've had other friends reach out to her. None of us can get her to respond to us. They have 2 little girls that are 3 and 4. I mean, there's no movement in the house whatsoever. And he states that she didn't take them to daycare and was going to go on a play date, but they're both in car seats and her car is here.
What's her name?
It's in the garage. And I'm like, well, huh?
What's her name?
Shanann Watts. It's SHANANN Watts, WATTS.
Do you know her date of birth or how old she might be?
Oh, if you would have asked me that, I would know it.
That's okay. If you just know her approximate age, that you take that into.
He's in her mid-20s, early 30s.
Bear with me here one moment. When was the last time that you heard from her?
When I dropped her off at her house, I watched her, made sure she got in the house. That was at 2 a.m. It was actually 1:55. I literally lived like 5-10 minutes from her.
And her vehicle is it parked in the garage?
Yes. It's a light Lexus.
Okay.
And I probably, because I was concerned, I know I don't want to get a doctor's office in trouble, but I went to the doctor's office because I've been used them as doctors, and I said, I know you can't give me things because of HIPAA, but can you just tell me if she showed up at her appointment this morning? And the lady was like, no, she did not.
Okay. Is that's unusual behavior for her to not show up to her doctor's appointment?
No.
Okay.
No. Pregnancy, like, she was so excited and then got blindsided from her husband that he wanted to separate a week ago.
And her husband's name is Chris?
Yes, his name is Chris Watts.
And he told you that she went on a play date today with
The girls.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're 4-year-old, and she told me last night when we were driving home, she's like, the morning's going to suck because I have to take the girls to daycare tomorrow. And I made the statement, well, you could keep them home with you. And she's like, no, that'd be more exhausting. She's like, I have to get up and take them because I have a doctor's appointment at 9.
Bear with me here one moment. I'm just typing this information in the call here.
And I'm not trying to cause problems more between them. I just want to know she's okay.
Okay. What's her phone number?
No, give me 1 second and I'll look it up for you. It is 910-850-3286.
Okay. And Chris told you that he was on his way.
Yes, I just talked to him. Well, I talked to him earlier. One of our other friends did via text because I was going to the doctor's office, and she said he would be here in about 30 minutes, and that was at 1:08. And then I called in and said, Chris, I'm at your house. I'm not trying to cause drama or anything. I just need to know your wife, okay? I was like, where are you? And he was like, I'm on I-70. I'm about a half hour to 45 minutes out. And I just said, okay, and then I hung up and called you guys because I'm just worried.
Okay, Nicole, what kind of vehicle are you in right now?
I'm in a white Dodge Dart.
Okay. Alrighty, we do have a call in, Nicole. We'll have an officer come out that way as soon as we can. I would just advise you, to not try to make entry into the house or anything like that until the officers can get there. In the meantime, if you do hear from her, just give us a call back and let us know, okay?
Okay.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you. For bye-bye. 2825 Saratoga Trail of a party who's checking on a friend who's pregnant, who's not answering the door.
Within an hour, officers arrive. Chris is at work, 45 minutes away at an oil field site. They call him. He says he'll come home right away. When he arrives, he seems cooperative, concerned. He tells officers Shanann came home late from her trip. They talked. She seemed fine. He left for work at 5:15. When he left, everyone was home. Everyone was alive. He has no idea where they could be, but there's something about the way he says it, something flat, detached, like he's reading from a script he didn't rehearse enough. Officer Coonrod walks through the house with Chris. Everything is perfect. Beds made, dishes clean. Shanann's medication bottles lined up on the nightstand, her wedding ring sitting on the counter. Chris says she never takes off her ring. Never. Officer Coonrod asks the question that changes everything. If your wife left voluntarily, why would she leave without her phone, her purse, her medication, and her wedding ring? Chris has no answer. He just shakes his head, looks at the floor. His hands stay in his pockets the entire time. By evening, the neighbor offers his security footage, the one from across the street. Chris watches it with the officers. His truck, his garage, him loading something into the back. The timestamp reads 5:27 a.m. Officer Coonrod pauses the video. What were you loading into your truck? Chris scratches the back of his neck, a nervous gesture he'll repeat dozens of times over the next few days. Just work stuff, he says. My toolbox, some equipment, but his voice wavers. The officers don't believe him. They can see it, feel it. Something is very wrong. Day 2. The story hits the news. Missing pregnant mother and her 2 young daughters. Shanann's face is everywhere. Facebook explodes with shares. The community organizes search parties. Volunteers comb through fields and parks. Chris stands in front of news cameras on his front lawn. He wears a dark gray shirt. His voice cracks when he speaks. Shanann, Bella, Celeste, if you're out there, just come back. Please, I love you. Those kids are my life. He touches his face like he's wiping away tears, but his eyes are dry, completely dry. Body language experts will later analyze this interview, frame by frame. The lack of emotion, the way he refers to his daughters in past tense without realizing it, the way he never looks directly at the camera. He's performing, and he's not very good at it. Behind the scenes, police are building a case. They pull Chris's phone records, his GPS data from his work truck, his internet search history. They discover Nikki Kessinger, the co-worker he's been seeing. When they interview her, she's shocked. She had no idea he was married. He told her he was separated, that the divorce was almost finalized, that he was moving into an apartment. She believed him. She thought she was dating a single dad trying to start over. But now she's terrified, because she realizes she might be the reason Shanann Watts is missing. Day 3. Police bring Chris in for a polygraph test. He agrees immediately, too immediately, like he thinks he can outsmart the machine. The examiner asks him the standard questions. Did you cause your wife's disappearance? Did you harm your children? Chris answers no to everything, but his body tells a different story. Elevated heart rate, irregular breathing patterns, micro-expressions of stress. When the results come back, the examiner doesn't sugarcoat it. You failed. Completely. Every question. You're being deceptive. Chris leans back in his chair. His leg bounces under the table. He insists he's telling the truth, but the walls are closing in now. He can feel it. FBI agents analyze the GPS data from Chris's work truck. That morning, August 13th, he didn't drive straight to his assigned location. He made a detour. a stop at a remote oil site called Survey 319. He spent over an hour there, alone. When investigators cross-reference his timeline with his phone activity, they notice something chilling. His phone goes dark during that hour, completely off, no texts, no calls, no GPS pings, like he wanted to be invisible, like he knew what he was about to do required absolute silence. Day 4. Early morning. Police obtain a search warrant for the Survey 319 site. A convoy of vehicles arrives at the remote location. 3 massive oil tanks stand against the empty sky, each one 20 feet tall, filled with crude oil. Officers in hazmat suits approach. Cadaver dogs signal immediately. They've found something, or someone. A shallow grave near the tanks. They start digging. Within minutes, they uncover Shanann's body. Wrapped in a sheet, buried face down. Investigators can already see the bruising around her neck. Strangulation. But where are the girls? Where are Bella and Celeste? An officer climbs to the top of the first oil tank, opens the hatch. The smell hits him immediately. He shines a flashlight into the darkness. Crude oil, thick and black, and something else, something floating, a small body, submerged in oil. Bella, 4 years old. They move to the second tank. Celeste, 3 years old. Both girls stuffed through an 8-inch hatch opening. Both girls drowned in crude oil. The recovery team works for hours. The girls' bodies are so saturated with oil that they're almost unrecognizable. This isn't just murder. This is desecration. Back at the police station, detectives bring Chris into the interrogation room one more time. They don't tell him what they've found yet. They want to see if he'll finally tell the truth. Chris, we know you're not being honest with us. We know something happened that morning. This is your chance to tell us your side. Chris sits in silence for a long time. Then, finally, he cracks. Okay, I'll tell you. But it's not what you think. He takes a breath. Shanann killed them. She killed Bella and Celeste. And then I killed her. The detectives don't react. They let him talk. Chris spins his story. He says he told Shanann that morning that he wanted a separation, that the marriage was over. She got emotional, upset. He went downstairs to give her space. Then he looked at the baby monitor. He saw Shanann on top of Celeste, strangling her. Bella was already dead, sprawled out on the bed. He ran upstairs. He was so angry, so he strangled Shanann. He didn't mean to. He just reacted. It was self-defense. Sort of. He didn't know what else to do. He panicked. So he loaded all 3 bodies into his truck and drove to the oil site. He buried Shanann, and he put the girls in the oil tanks so no one would find them. The detectives know he's lying. The timeline doesn't match. The evidence doesn't support it. Shanann's autopsy will later show she was wearing makeup and jewelry when she died. She'd just gotten home. She went to bed. She didn't have time to kill anyone. But more than that, the brutality of what Chris did to those little girls, pushing their bodies through an 8-inch opening into crude oil. That takes time, planning, effort. This wasn't a crime of passion. This was calculated, cold, evil. Chris is arrested, charged with 9 counts including 3 first-degree murder charges. The case becomes one of the most talked about crimes in modern history. November 18. Chris pleads guilty to all charges.
So the court has considered the arguments made by the attorneys. The court has considered the statements made by the victims in this case. The court's going to find that the plea agreement is fair and reasonable under the circumstances. I want to acknowledge the Rusick family as well as the Watts family that showing mercy on Mr. Watts is understood, and I respect that decision to request that the district attorney not seek the death penalty in this case. And so the court is going to accept this plea bargain under the circumstances. Words that come to mind when I hear the evidence in this case are a senseless crime and the viciousness of the crime. And equally aggravating in this court's determination is the despicable act of disposing of the bodies in the manner in which they were done in this case.